I'm Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put together a gorgeous rosette ring. This is really part one. I'll show you how to put the rosette itself together, and in the next video, I'll show you how to solder it onto its ring shank. So we've got all our pieces ready to start assembling our nice little rosette ring, right? So I've got the big layer right here. We've got a flattened granule that's gonna, be the little attachment point between here and here. And we have an adorable little granule rosette that's gonna go in the center. So, there's a couple different ways of putting this together. Almost doesn't really matter so much, but usually I'm gonna solder this flattened granule to this, and then I'll half melt, or I'll just stick a piece of solder on there, and sandwich this other guy on top. And maybe I'll do that to that first, but it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, so that by the end, we will arrange this beautifully on there. I mean, look how good that looks, right? Lori did a really fantastic job on this. It looks really good. You should be proud.
Well, we had a few bumps along the way, right?
That's why you should be proud.
Yeah.
If it were easy, you know what I mean? Any schmuck would do it. Tell yourself that at home. If it were easy, any schmuck would do it, right? Only the special schmucks. We stick with it and do it. So I'm going to start, I guess, maybe with some 22 karat solder. It doesn't really matter. I can use 22 karat or 20, but basically I'm going to get all these soldered together up in a stack, and then we'll attach it to the ring shank.
We sell them here.
So you can see I put a not unbelievably tiny piece of solder there because it's a little bit,
they're invaluable.
You don't really know exactly where that granule is going to hit, so I need a bigger piece as opposed to my super tiny little ones. So I'm going to dry this a little bit so that it hopefully doesn't hop around too much.
I would suggest also getting a hairstyle. Because when you make these and you make your ring, my rings are too big.
Okay, I'm going to put that right on top like that. Look how cute.
I don't have my scribe with me.
And I always have my tweezers ready because things move. That's what they like to do. And we're using 22 karat solder because, everything on this so far is fused.
Maybe not quite as small as that.
So if you have a ring and it's not quite round,
so I just saw that settle down a little bit, so I believe that's flowed. But when you're doing these little sandwich things, it isn't really so easy to always know. So for sure, we're gonna stop and look at it from the side really carefully, maybe pickle it, whatever, and be certain that it's actually attached well before we go on. So check it out. We've got our little rosette on top. We've soldered that on, and basically, I've got this just sitting on top of a piece of solder. So I've got a nice flat piece of solder sitting on top of that flattened granule. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat here and I'm gonna flow it. Now, when you have a sandwich like that, you can't be 1,000,000,000% sure where that top one is gonna come to rest. So I was saying before, I reserve the right after that flows to possibly stick a granule in there somewhere, or add another contact point of solder to make sure that it's really touching well. But it's not 1,000,000% predictable. So you kind of have to do it and then, see what happens. That's okay. Because that's a tricky thing with this kind of soldering, is you're using context clues rather than you can't see the solder flow. So you have to kind of hopefully you see it settle a little or something. You can also do this up on a tripod, which is good for the heating, but it can be a little bit of a delicate operation. But if for some reason this is too persnickety and I can't get it to flow, then I'll put it up on a tripod. Usually I can kind of point it at the bottom. I just leveled it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you just moved it?
Yeah, I did that. I heard, ooh!
No, I think, yeah, I thought it was the song.
Yeah. Okay, so that's as much as I'm willing to heat this from the top. I'm going to pause and heat from the bottom. So, when you have something like this, sometimes I will do it on the block like I tried, but the top was getting a little too hot. Depends on the proportion of the bottom level to the top level. Like if the bottom is bigger, I can concentrate my heat more on that and get it plenty hot. But because of the proportion of these, I was like, oh, I'm hitting the top a little too much. It's getting a little like hotter than the bottom part, and I'm like, this is not what I want. So I paused and I put it up here. So I'm not really 100% sure whether the solder flowed or not. I've just put a little fresh flux in there. I'm drying it, and then I'm going to put a bigger tip and from underneath, which is always fun. You like that. So I'm just drying it a little bit. Which you don't see that top thing moving, which probably means the solder did flow, but you know. Now we're cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my flame. So the advantage of being under here is that I can see it from the side a lot better. Not that I can truly see the solder, but so I feel like if the solder didn't flow, that top guy would be moving around a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. We're gonna put it in the pickle. Because if that wasn't attached at all, more than likely when the flux was heated up like that, it would be jiggling a little bit. But we'll put it in the pickle and we'll see what happens. So you see, it's all attached and beautiful and fabulous. The only thing, because this is gonna be a ring, and I probably said this before, but for a pendant, for earrings, we'd be done, who cares? But for a ring, we really wanna make sure everything is like down really well. So all I did was I took my little dowel, wood sticks, use them for everything, and I just pressed on the leaves a little bit, the little petals, and I'm gonna just add a little connection of solder in a couple other spots just to really make sure that like it can't kind of, you know, catch on something and get pulled up. So I'm just gonna make some cute little balls of solder and just add a few wherever I think it needs a little extra, which again, I would not do for a pendant because it just doesn't need it. So like for example, right here where I have my tweezers, that's a great spot to put a connection point. Right there, and then I'll move out of the way so you can see it because I've got the two wires there, the petals touching it. Like that's a really good spot, you know, to put a piece of solder. Because I don't want to really put a piece of solder right here in the middle of the petal. Can I do it? Absolutely yes, but if you're doing this at home and it causes you a little problems, it's going to be visible and then you're going to be super pissed. So like, I think it might be contraindicated. Okay, so you see what I mean? Just got a little ball there. Shh. Sorry. Mike isn't here to do it, so. And of course, as always, I got my tweezers right there. Because that's what I want. And I'm going to do that just in one or two other places so that there is no way that this can go anywhere.